Yes.
Sir, we were just talking about detachment from the mind,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So, what is this detachment from the mind, right? I understand it is separation from the mind, but what is the actual thing? How do you detach yourself? Matlab, if you have to come down to very, very basic level to explain कि ये detachment है, how do we understand that at
Okay.
very ground levels?
Okay. You see, when two things are attached, then only they can be detached, right? So now we are attached to our mind. Our mind is attached to our body. The body, through the sense organs, is attached to this world outside. So there is everything in attachment, everything in sequence. What are these sequences? The spirit, the soul, the Atma, the Purusha is connected to the mind. The mind, in turn, is connected to the world outside through the sense organs. So now this connection has to be cut. When this connection is cut, there is a detachment. So one way of detaching is that we establish control over our sense organs and we are able to cut the connection between the mind and the worldly objects and therefore the world outside.
So
Similarly,
that does that mean, right, that um, I remain detached from very good food if I am a food lover, right? Does that mean I remain detached with all the Maya that is available in the world, right? Uh, does it mean that, right? I mean, it's basically renunciation, in other words, right?
okay, okay, I will answer you. Yeah, as I was answering, I said the soul, the Atma, the Purusha is connected to the mind. Mind is connected to the sense organs, and the sense organs are connected to the objects and the world outside. Number one, we need to cut the connection between the sense organs and the world outside. Second, we need to cut the connection between the soul, the Atma, the spirit, the Purusha, with the mind inside. But does this mean a permanent disconnection? Okay, I would say no. Can it be straight away disconnected? I would say no. Detachment means you are doing your activities, day to day activities. You are engaging with the world outside in the sense your eyes are seeing the objects outside, your ears are listening to the sounds outside, but they are not getting enslaved by them, they're not getting attached by them, they're not getting trapped by them. You have the liberty, the power, the freedom to go into the world whenever you want and come out of the world whenever you want by exercising your control over your sense organs. Your sense organs must have the capacity and the control to move in when required and to withdraw when required. It is by this practice that you have the power of detachment. That does not mean you detach 24/7. Similarly, your soul, your spirit, your Atma has the power of detachment with the mind. It does not mean that it is permanently detached. You know, mind is like an organ, mind is like a tool. If I ask you to raise your right hand, what will you do? You raise it? Beautiful. Now I ask you to raise your left hand. Beautiful. Now I ask you to turn your head in the right direction. Again, wonderful it is. Now turn it left. Wonderful. Your head listened to you. Your right hand listened to you. Your left hand listened to you. Now I will ask you to switch off your mind.
Mm.
Does it switch off? That is attachment. Are you getting me?
I'm getting it, sir, but you are so in tune with this from your birth, right? Ki your mind is never sleeping, right? So ye detachment needs some serious focus, right? I mean,
You see, our mind is so designed, it is so structured. If we think it is difficult, it makes it difficult. If we
yeah,
think it is easy, it makes it easy. If we think it is impossible, it makes it impossible. And why is that so? Because
because it
whatever
works
we
on.
think gets recorded on the mind. There is a psychic impression which turns into physical reality. So we have to be very, 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 very careful with what we think. And when we know the power of thinking, that what I think turns into reality, I must use it to my advantage. I must program my mind that yes, switch off. Yes, now switch on. Yes, sit down. Yes, stand up. Yes, turn left. Yes, turn right. The problem arises when the mind, being such a powerful tool, is not subjugated by us. When the mind runs on its own, when the mind behaves like a spoiled child, mind is the most powerful tool, most powerful instrument for man to create whatever it wants to create in this universe. But we do not exercise that authority. We do not exercise that discipline. We do not exercise that right. We do not exercise that freedom from the mind. We get trapped by the mind. We get enslaved by the mind. And then the mind makes us go around in circles and circles and circles and circles. And then it becomes difficult come out of that prison. And then it becomes difficult to acquire freedom. And then it becomes difficult to acquire liberation. Then the situation becomes so drastic, so desperate that some people renounce the world so that they are able to tame the mind and acquire freedom and liberation from this slavery. But if you are intelligent, all of us have their own intelligence, buddhi, then you must put the buddhi behind the mind. बुद्धि को मन के पीछे लगा दो जहां मन कुछ गलत करे वहां बुद्धि इसको सबक देगा समझाएगा सिखाएगा बुझाएगा
Sir, 1 minute. Buddhi and mind is the same thing, right?
Oh, okay. Let me expand further now. Okay. Let me come to the Sanskrit understanding of it. This will give you a better picture. They use the word chitta. In yoga, in yogic terminology, the word is chitta.
Chit.
Yeah. And
Chit is basically your soul, right, sir?
okay. I will tell you my understanding. Chitta comprises of three things: buddhi, ahankara, and manas. Manas is
ये
the
आपने कल
mind.
बोला था. हाँ.
Yeah, manas is the mind. As per yogic psychology, as per yogic philosophy, ahankar is the doer, the ego part of the mind, and buddhi is the intelligence part of the mind. Okay. So buddhi is intelligent, and mind, broadly speaking, is reactionary. Mind, broadly speaking, is a storehouse. It keeps on storing information, storing data, storing thoughts. So what can be done is if you apply your intelligence on the mind 24/7, the mind will behave properly. The moment you put your intelligence, your intellect away from the mind will start misbehaving again, you know. So it is very important that there is an application of yourself or your intelligence on the mind, and the mind will start behaving. Mind will start falling in track. That is one simple way how you can start controlling the mind. Yeah. We do classes on Patanjali Yoga Sutras where there is an extensive methodology of doing it. He has gone into detail explaining what is Samadhi. Samadhi is high level of concentration. Concentration is one way by which you can subdue the mind, subjugate the mind, control the mind. You know, there is a very important yogic sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the second one, which says Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. When the fluctuations of the mind go away, drop out, are subdued, get reduced, go to sleep, then the chitta disappears. The chitta no longer is active. That is when yoga takes place. That is when the soul, the atma, the spirit becomes free of the mind. The bondages of the mind is the bonding agent between the spirit and matter. So when the mind disappears, when the fluctuation of the mind disappears, the mind disappears. And when the mind disappears, the soul becomes independent of the matter. The Purusha becomes independent of Prakriti. And that is freedom, that is liberation, that is moksha, that is independence. So Patanjali talks about two major ways. One is concentration, and the other is vairagya. He says, don't get attracted. Don't get attracted. If there is something which is pulling your mind in its direction, apply your mind in some other direction. Distract your mind. When you distract your mind, your attention towards the mind goes away. So the mind drops down in intensity. The mind goes away. Again, you experience freedom in that time frame. And as you keep on practicing this, जैसे इसकी साधना होती रहती है, लंबे समय तक कई बार, सालों सालों तक कई बार, जन्मों जन्मों तक कई बार, तब जाके ये पुरुष को, ये आत्मा को, ये सोल को ये इंडिपेंडेंस मिलती है, ये फ्रीडम मिलती है इस प्रकृति से, इस मैटर और माइंड की दुनिया से. So yes, it is possible. It is a process. There are various ways of doing it, and it has to be practiced, preferably under a guru, so that you get the right guidance, because you're dealing with one of the most intricate things constructed in the creation, that is the mind. Yeah, so it is possible, it can be done. Detachment is very much doable. People are detached. Some of them can detach themselves partially at times. Some of them can detach themselves totally at times. Some of them can keep themselves detached 24/7. So it is all based on sadhana. It is all based on genetic, I would say, genetic status at the time of birth. It could even happen with drugs. It could even happen with herbs, that you are in a position where you temporarily get detached from the world. You don't experience the mind. There are various ways which people use. Yeah, have I answered the question?
Yeah, but another confusion, which is another thought that is coming to my mind is, right? You said that it is in our power that our thought, मतलब हमारा सोच वैसा ही होना चाहिए, because that manifests. Whatever we think becomes real, right? अब Patanjali mein you're saying is कि it's teaching you how to distract your mind.
I said it is teaching you how to do away with the mind.
Yeah, so how you distract yourself. Suppose मेरा एक thought है, right? And detachment is I go away from that thought. Right? आज अगर मुझे बहुत बड़ा घर बनाना है, suppose that's in my mind, right? Or I want a very big house, right? And I know that's not a big necessity for living, right? It is not an essential thing, right? But मेरे दिमाग में है. As per law of attraction, if I keep thinking, right, that I want a big house, it will eventually be mine one day, right? That is law of attraction. But for detachment, I need to divert my mind from that thought, right? कि मुझे घर बड़ा चाहिए. मतलब ये तो contradictory हो गया ना सर. मतलब where are you? Where you left in the lurch, right? कि करना क्या है? मतलब what is it? Ultimately, what are you doing?
नहीं, देखिए मैं आपको अब ये डिस्कशन का जो डोमेन है वो बढ़ गया है. ओके. या ये जो क्रिएशन है, जिसको कि योग में हम लोग प्रकृति बोलते हैं, इसके दो पर्पस है। एक पर्पस है एंजॉयमेंट देने का और एक पर्पस है एनलाइटनमेंट देने का। अगर आपको एंजॉयमेंट चाहिए तो ये आपको एंजॉयमेंट भरपूर दे सकती है, और अगर आपको एनलाइटनमेंट चाहिए तो ये आपको एनलाइटनमेंट भी भरपूर दे सकती है। अगर आपको एंजॉयमेंट चाहिए तो आपको बाहर देखना होगा, दुनिया की तरफ, मन को और इंद्रियों को बाहर लगाकर। और अगर आपको एनलाइटनमेंट चाहिए तो आपको अपना अटेंशन अंदर लाना होगा, बाहर से, इंद्रियों से अंदर, मन में, अहंकार में, बुद्धि में, और उसके बाद फाइनली पुरुष में, आत्मा में, सोल में। तो ये दो डायरेक्शंस हैं, लेकिन इन दोनों डायरेक्शंस में मूव करने का साइंस जो है वो सेम है। अब जब हम अंदर मूव करते हैं तो एक बड़ी अजीब घटना घटती है। जितना हम अंदर मूव करते हैं उतना प्रकृति की पकड़ हमारे ऊपर कम होते जाती है, और एक दिन ऐसा आता है कि हम टोटली इस प्रकृति से बाहर निकल आते हैं। और जब टोटली इस प्रकृति से बाहर निकल आते हैं, उस स्टेट को केवल्य का स्टेट बोलते हैं। केवल्य मतलब केवल हम हैं, आइसोलेशन में हम आ गए हैं बाहर। पुरुषा हैज कम आउट ऑफ द, आई वुड से, एसोसिएशन विद प्रकृति।
With
It
the
has
cage
become
basically. Huh.
it has become independent now. Okay? और जब हम प्रकृति की तरफ जाते हैं इंद्रियों के माध्यम से, तो हम और गहराई और गहराई और गहराई और गहराई में अंदर जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि प्रकृति की भी सीमा नहीं है, प्रकृति भी एंडलेस है। बाहर आने का रास्ता भी एंडलेस है, अंदर जाने का रास्ता भी एंडलेस है। लेकिन दोनों केस में हो क्या रहा है, हम अंदर क्यों जा पा रहे हैं और हम बाहर क्यों आ पा रहे हैं? कौन डिसाइड कर रहा है ये कि हमको कब अंदर जाना है और कब बाहर आना है? कौन डिसाइड कर रहा है? तो हमारा जो चित्त है उसके ऊपर रिकॉर्डिंग्स हैं। किसकी रिकॉर्डिंग है? पास्ट संस्कारास। पास्ट संस्कारा क्या हुआ? पास्ट डीप इंप्रेशन ऑन द माइंड, ऑन द चित्त। ये इंप्रेशन कैसे आए? जो पास्ट में हमने कर्म किए हैं वो रिकॉर्ड हुए हैं। क्या कर्म किए हैं? जो कुछ भी मैंने सोचा है, समझा है, बोला है, किया है एज एन एक्शन, वो सब रिकॉर्ड हुआ है। वो सब मेरे संस्कार बनाते हैं। और आज भी जो मैं इंद्रियों के माध्यम से बाहर देख रहा हूं, वो इंद्रियों से जो इनपुट आ रहा है अंदर, आंखों से जो डेटा आ रही है, कानों से जो डेटा आ रही है, नाक से जो डेटा आ रही है, इंफॉर्मेशन आ रही है, जीभ से आ रही है, स्किन से आ रही है, हमको बाहर के एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस का इंफॉर्मेशन आ रहा है, डेटा आ रहा है, ये रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है। एक एक डेटा रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है, और ये क्या करता है? ये हमारे चित्त में फ्लक्चुएशन लाता है। कोई भी डेटा अंदर आती है तो वो चित्त में फ्लक्चुएशन लाती है, चित्त को मॉडिफाई करती है, चित्त में चेंज लाती है, चित्त में थॉट्स क्रिएट करती है। तो ये जो है, ये वृत्ति बोलते हैं इसको। वृत्तियां बहुत डीप होने लगती हैं तब संस्कार बनते हैं। संस्कार बहुत गहरे होने लगते हैं तब वासनाएं बनती हैं। वासनाएं जब एक्टिव हो जाती हैं तब आदमी एक्शन करता है, और वो एक्शन जो करता है वो नए कर्म पैदा करता है, उसके नए रिएक्शन आते हैं, नए संस्कार बनते हैं, नए वासनाएं बनती हैं, और ये एक एंडलेस साइकिल बन जाती है साइकिक इंप्रेशंस की। हम इस समय अपने जीवन में जो एहसास कर रहे हैं वो वही है जो कि हमारे जीवन में आज तक की रिकॉर्डिंग है। हजारों करोड़ों जीवनों की हमारी जो रिकॉर्डिंग है वो प्ले आउट हो रही है। आप ये मान के चलिए कि जो मेरी चिट है वो एक मूवी के रील की तरह है, और उस रील में छोटे छोटे फ्रेम हैं जिसमें मेरे अलग अलग संस्कार लगे हुए हैं। और ये जो प्रोजेक्टर है सिनेमा घर का, वो मेरी बॉडी है, मेरा शरीर है, और उसमें जो प्रोजेक्टर का लैंप लगा हुआ है, बल्ब लगा हुआ है, वो मेरी आत्मा है, वो मेरा सोल है, वो मेरा पुरुष है, वो उसकी रोशनी है। और जो मैं खाना खाता हूं वो बिजली की सप्लाई है जिससे कि वो प्रोजेक्टर चल रहा है। अब वो प्रोजेक्टर चालू हो गया, सामने पर्दे पे, स्क्रीन पे, सिनेमा घर के मेरे जीवन की मूवी चालू हो गई, जिसको मैं देख पा रहा हूं। और ये पर्दा क्या है रियल लाइफ में? ये हमारा जीवन है। हम अपने ही जिंदगी को 3 डायमेंशंस में 5 इंद्रियों के द्वारा जीवित अवस्था में देखते हैं, हर पल, हर क्षण। अब इस दौरान अगर मैं कुछ कार्मिक एक्टिविटी करूं, तो मैं अपने संस्कार बढ़ा देता हूं। अगर मैं शांति से, साक्षी भाव से, बिना माइंड को बीच में लाए, कि माइंड बीच में आएगा मतलब इंप्रेशन करना चालू करेगा। वो तो बोलेगा ऐसा करो, वैसा करो, अच्छा है, बुरा है, ये नहीं, वो नहीं, क्यों देख रहे हो? अरे वो गलत कर रहा है, वो सही कर रहा है। तो माइंड को हटा के जब मैं साक्षी भाव से, एज अ विटनेस, एज एन ऑब्जर्वर, एज अ दृष्टा, एज अ सीयर, शांति से, जब मैं शांत हूं, मेरा मन सो जाता है। जब मैं अशांत हूं, मन नाचता है। तो शांति से मेरे को अपना जीवन का, अपना बायोग्राफी, आज तक का इटर्नल जो मैंने काम किया है, रिकॉर्डिंग किया है, उसको शांति से देखना है और उस वीडियो को प्ले आउट होने देना है। और जैसे जैसे वो वीडियो प्ले आउट होता रहता है, वैसे वैसे मेरे संस्कारिक रिकॉर्ड्स जो है वो घटने लगते हैं। लाइफ हैज टू बी अलाउड टू बी प्लेड आउट। लाइफ इज एन अनफोल्डमेंट. But what we do is, as human beings, we work on this life. We work for our growth. We work for our food. Have you seen any animal or any creature or any plant or any fish in the entire living kingdom who plans to work for survival, who plans to work for growth?
सर उनके पास है ही नहीं ना, वो एबिलिटी नहीं है।
नहीं
They don't have-
मैडम, नहीं मैडम, नेचर, प्रकृति ने उनको ऐसा बनाया है कि ग्रोथ इज नेचुरल फॉर देम. देयर इज अबंडेंस इन नेचर. देयर इज नो
Yeah.
प्लान 1, प्लान 2, प्लान 3.
सर उनके पास वो होड़ नहीं है ना कि I need to make money, or I need to build my shelter, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. वो
Who
सब
is
तो
this
है
I
नहीं।
you're talking about?
My mind is, that's the
Yeah,
way
so I told you the detachment has to come from the mind. Mind is the villain out here. I told you whatever will come to you because of your sanskaras, because of your karmic account. Your movie has already been made. Your life movie has already been made. And the more
So
karmic
does
account,
that mean कि हम हाथ पे हाथ धर के बैठ जाए और you just let life happen?
आप हाथ पे हाथ धर के बैठिए तो एक दिन आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि प्रकृति कैसे चलती है. आप शांति से एक कमरे में एक दिन बैठिए तो मुंह से एक शब्द मत निकालिए, देखिए ना प्रकृति कैसे चलती है और वो प्रकृति आपको क्या करती है. मैं तो बोला ना, लाइफ इज एन अनफोल्डमेंट. अलाउ लाइफ टू अनफोल्ड फॉर अ डे. जस्ट डू एन एक्सपेरिमेंट फॉर अ डे एंड वी विल टॉक टुमारो ऑन दिस. Life is an unfoldment. Your karmic account will play. It will play out for you. Your life video will keep on running. The more you jump, the more you dance, you are creating more videos for yourself to play out in coming years, in coming life forms. The more you remain silent, more you remain calm, more you allow it to pass out, it will pass out. And the more beautiful your life will become, because now you are detached.
Yeah, of course, sir. I do understand the power in detachment, right?
Okay.
See, I'm a person. Well, of course, I may be attached to my mind, but I am not attached a lot to materialistic things around me.
Okay.
Right? I mean, मुझे ये नहीं होता है कि मुझे ये भी चाहिए, मुझे वो भी चाहिए, मुझे वो भी चाहिए. I'm quite happy under my skin, right, with whatever I have, right? And that I feel gives me a lot of inner strength, right? I mean, because एक वो नहीं है, एक नहीं तो I see people, अरे मुझे तो वो चाहिए था, मुझे वो चाहिए था, वो उसी चक्रव्यूह में ना, उसी vicious cycle में घूमते रह जाते हैं, right? And I feel that's a vicious cycle, right? कि मुझे ये चाहिए, आज ये मिल गया तो वो कल वो चाहिए, वो मिल गया तो वो परसों वो चाहिए, right? So I do agree. You know, your needs should be limited. You create limited needs for yourself. You can get into that state of detachment. Limited in the sense कि हाँ मुझे खाना चाहिए. Sir, you need food, right? That is a
I will.
basic need.
I am not saying don't have food. I am going beyond that. I'm saying if you want to become a bogey, become a bogey. If you want to enjoy the world, enjoy the world. There's nothing right or wrong about it. Okay, you see in our Shastras, we talk about dharma, earth, kama, and
Kam
moksha.
and moksha.
Yeah, and this is the country where we have one of the Shastras as Kama Sutra. We talk of Patanjali Yoga Sutras, we also talk of Kama Sutra. So what it means you must have desire, but you must not be attached to your desire. You must not be a slave to your desire. It means you must go after money and wealth. Earth is a money, wealth is an integral part of society, the social fabric. You will not be able to move without it. You cannot survive without money. Okay?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, so it is also there. It also says do your dharma. If you're born in a business family and you have decided to be a business person, so do business, make money, trade. Okay. If you are a person who is born and is working in the army, so you have to fight a war. You have to kill the enemy. Okay. There is no talk of non-violence here. If you remember Krishna telling Arjun, don't talk about love and peace and relationships out here. He says, he's my Bhishma Pitama. He's my Guru Drona.
Yes.
Yes, they may be your Bhishma Pitama. They may be your Guru Drona. But right now, your dharma, your duty is to fight and kill. So better kill. And then, this is the land of Gautam Buddha, Mahavir Jain, Krishna himself. Moksha, freedom, liberation, liberation from Prakriti, independence of the soul, independence of the Atma, independence of the Purusha. Look at Krishna. He was a man of dharma, he was a man of artha, he was a man of kama, and he was a man of moksha. He is treated as a god, an avatar. And what are we talking out here? कि रुपया कमाना गलत बात है, sex गलत बात है. How will humanity survive without sex? How can we not have sexual desire? But the question is of controlling it, subduing it when necessary, using it when needed. It is like putting the mind on and putting the mind off whenever required. You know, we think कि हमको तो सन्यासी बनना है, हमको तो दुनिया त्यागना है. क्यों भाई, डरते हो क्या दुनिया से? People who are renouncing the world are doing for achieving moksha. If you are renouncing the world because you find the world a difficult place to live in, then you are a coward. You are not a sannyasi. You are running away from the world. And how far can you run away from the world? Prakriti is always there, will always be there. Where can you go? Even if you're on the top of Mount Everest, the world is there for you. Even if you're at the bottom of the ocean, 10,000 meters below the Earth's surface, the world is there for you. You cannot run away from the world because it is all in the mind. It is actually you are running away from taking on your mind. You cannot catch your mind by its horns. It's like catching a bull by its horn and taming it. You are unable to tame your mind. So you're trying to run away from the world, but your mind will always accompany you. So in the end, you will have to tame the mind. You will have to control the mind. You will have to subjugate the mind. You will have to become free from the mind. Mind is a two-edged sword. It can work for you. It can even kill you. So now we, when I say we, I mean the Atma, the Purusha, The soul has to take control over the mind and not the other way around. And the moment, the day we take this decision that the mind is my slave, mind is my servant, mind is my employee, and I am the master, that day you become the master. That is why the swamis in this country are swamis. They are masters, masters of their mind, masters of their body. Become a swami, become a master. Control your mind, control your body, be the master, and then do whatever you want with the world. Go out and become a king of the world. Go out and become the emperor in this world. Go out and rule the world. But you can only rule the world when you are able to rule your mind first. It is all a mind game. Whether you become a bhogi, whether you become a yogi, the mind has to be under your control. That is the only game. That is the only detachment you need to find out and achieve in life. Rest, everything will come. Everything will come because everything is controllable. You can write your own destiny any way you want it. The mind is designed to serve you, to create your destiny the way you want it. The mind is a slate on which you write your program, life program, with your thoughts. But it is the other way around with people. That is where the problem lies. That is where sorrow comes in. The source of all sorrow is the mind. The source of all joy, again, is the mind. But if you become a witness, if you become a sakshi, if you become an observer, if you become a seer, then everything will happen on its own for you. And you will not be jumping up and down in sorrow and happiness. You will be in calmness, in poise, in silence, in peace, enjoying the whole creation as it is meant to be for a human being. But the human being today, sadly, has become a slave of its own mind. It is allowing its mind to be trapped by others who are using sensory pleasures to trap the mind. That is where liberation is needed. That is where freedom is needed. Nowhere else. And everything is inside here, you know. This small thing is the control room of my universe. I can create anything in this universe if I know how to control this simple machine of mine. This is the source of my universe. Adi Shankaracharya said, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the universe. But we have forgotten it. We just need to remember it. We just need to go back to our scriptures. We just need to start practicing it. And then you see what happens.
Sir, again, another. Well, I'm confused, right?
Okay, that is a good state to be in.
But once I feel कि, okay, this is the path, maybe again the focus shifts somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
Right? अब आपने बोला था, life is a reel. Sit back and watch your video, right? So if you sit back and you watch your video, how can you go out and conquer the world?
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. If you have a program in your video which says you are destined to conquer the world, it will happen for you.
See, that will happen. That is because I'm destined for it.
Yeah.
I was destined for cancer, it happened to me.
Okay.
Right? मतलब मैंने उसको invite नहीं किया. I didn't even think about it. Right?
Okay.
It was not even in my thoughts ever. Right? But maybe it was in my reel, it happened. Right? But I know for sure that I'll overcome it also. But how do you go and conquer? मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा अगर I'm sitting and watching.
Supposing I make a plan, okay, कि I intend to do this. I intend to use the following laws of manifestation. I intend to acquire the following siddhis so that I can manifest my plan. And I manifest my plan. You see, what I'm saying is you have a choice. What choice? Of new karma. Old karma will play out. New karma, you have a choice. One choice is you do new acts. Second choice is you do nothing and keep quiet and allow things to happen. When you allow things to happen, the old karma plays out, and that is the end of it. But when you are putting in new karma, that is getting recorded. And some of it may play out now, some of it may play out after 2 years, some of it may play out after 10 years, some of it may play out in the next life, some of them may play out after 100 years. There is no guarantee when it will play out. Nobody can predict. So if you want to...
Controlling all this? So who's controlling all this?
Good question. You see, there is a soul, there is a Purusha, there is an Atma. Okay. But the soul, the Purusha, and the Atma, theoretically, is not fused into the mind. It is a separate entity. Theoretically, again, the spirit, the Purusha, the Atma, the soul is supposed to be changeless, eternal. Okay. But as per yogic philosophy, it says the Chitta, the mind, is part of Prakriti, is inert, is not conscious. So then the question arises, how does it all move? What is moving it? Okay. So now we'll have to go back to the creation of the universe. That will give you an idea as to what is actually happening behind the scenes. So number one, there is a Prakriti which is unmanifest. It cannot be seen by the sense organs. It can only be perceived by intuition. That is what the Shastras say.
So
Then-
this Prakriti is basically God that we have termed it, is it?
No.
Hmm.
No, Prakriti is a combination of the physical and the mental part of the creation. And Purusha is the spiritual part of the creation. Okay, this is as per yogic philosophy, as per Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophy is the theory part of yoga, and Patanjali Yoga Sutras talks about the practical part of implementing it, practicing it. So Sankhya is the theory, and Patanjali Yoga Sutras are the practical aspect of it. So as per Sankhya metaphysics, Prakriti in the unmanifest state is unseen, but infinite. And within it, there are three gunas. Gunas mean qualities. One quality is rajas, second
Tamas.
quality is tamas, and another one is sat. Now, what are these qualities? Sattva, rajas, and tamas. Sattva, as per me, is formless. Rajas is the quality of vibrancy, and tamas is the quality of form. Conventionally, if you read the commentaries on the Shastras, they say Sattva is constructiveness, Sattva is light, Sattva is luminosity. Rajas is vibrancy, action, movement. And Tamas is inertness, heaviness, darkness. But let us not go by those definitions. Go by what I am explaining to you. Sattva is formless, Rajas is vibrancy, Tamas is formed. So this entire universe, entire creation, entire cosmos has the formless, the formed, and the vibrancy. So out of them, first came out Mahat. Mahat means cosmic intelligence. Out of cosmic intelligence comes Buddhi. Out of Buddhi comes Ahankara. Out of Ahankara comes Manas, the Karmendriyas, the Jnanendriya, and the five Tanmatras. In conjunction with the Ankara and the Tanmatras come the Panch Mahabhutas, the Akash, the Vayu, Agni, Jal, and Dharti. So what it means, surprisingly, is the physical world has come out of an individual's mind. That is why when there is some programming on the mind, it creates a corresponding physical world for you. Are you getting me, Kirti?
Sir, slowly, धीरे. I'll not say very clearly, but yes, thoda bahut.
Okay, then let me tell you in short, as a summary statement, the physical creation has come out of the mental creation. Okay, and it is the individual's mental creation. Out of the individual's mental creation, the individual's universe comes.
Sir, ये individual, आप जो बोल रहे हैं कि this prakriti, this physical prakriti has come out of somebody's mental creation, right?
I'm not saying prakriti. I'm saying the physical creation made out of the 5 elements, 5 mahabhutas.
Right, which has come out of somebody's consciousness, right? Somebody's
not somebody's. You are creating your own universe. I am creating my own universe. Deepa is creating her own universe. We are in our individual universes.
I agree to this.
Okay. So when there is a recording on the mind, when there is a change in the mind, there is a corresponding change in the physical universe outside.
Agreed.
That is the secret of manifestation. When you start working on your mind, you're actually working on the massive universe outside.
My universe.
Your universe, precisely, yes.
Yes, okay.
Now, when I say that this thing is the control room of your universe, it is because we are creating our thoughts here inside. So our thoughts are controlling our destiny. So if I create the right kind of thought, I create the right kind of my universe. Are you getting me?
Yes. Sir, question क्या था मेरा? Gosh, I'm lost. I'm lost. So मैंने question क्या पूछा था? See, I agree with this that my thought is creating my universe. Agreed, completely. Right? We were speaking about कि ये जो universe form हुआ है वो कैसे form हुआ? Right? What was the driving force? Right? So आपने बोला this is somebody's thought, right? मतलब किसी का consciousness which mental thought that created the physical form. Right? My question is ये किसका? Is it that entity that we call God? Or no? मतलब क्या है?
No God,
Which
no
is...
God, no God. I'll give you an example by which you will understand. आपके पास में एक कंप्यूटर है और उस कंप्यूटर में आपने एक सॉफ्टवेयर लोड किया है और आपने उस कंप्यूटर को ऑन किया है पावर देके. अब वो कंप्यूटर जो है वो सॉफ्टवेयर रन कर रहा है, प्रोसेस कर रहा है, आपको रिजल्ट जनरेट करके दे रहा है. तो इज देयर कॉन्शियसनेस इनसाइड दैट कंप्यूटर? No. The electrical energy which it is using to work, is that conscious?
No.
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 They are actually electrons flowing in a stream, you know, so there is no consciousness there.
No.
So then the question is, how can a computer do intelligent functions without consciousness? Because
of the software.
Because the software is a program. So intelligence need not be conscious. The doer need not be conscious. Ahankar, I am the doer, need not be conscious. The mind need not be conscious. It is artificial intelligence which is performing here. Are you getting
Agreed.
me?
Yes, sir.
This whole creation, starting from the initial stage, zero state of Prakriti, unseen, then the three gunas, then the Maha, then the Buddhi, then the Ankar, then the mind, then the sense organs, then the Tanmatras, then the five elements, Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, and Dharti. They are all running on artificial intelligence. It is a program being run. Your chit is carrying your program. Your sanskaras are soft or are short portions of a program. You are running on a code and you are writing that code.
I'm further writing that code.
That's right, if you choose to.
So who wrote the software?
Very good question. You tell me.
The conscious mind?
The conscious mind, when you say, then mind as per
Consciousness.
yoga is not conscious.
Not in the mind. Matlab, our consciousness wrote
Your
it.
consciousness is unchangeable. It is permanent. It is eternal. It cannot register changes. Patanjali says yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The chitta is having the vrittis, not the purusha, not the atma.
The Chit wrote it.
It is running on a program. It is all action and reaction, action and reaction, action and reaction. It is all a flow. It is all a big movie being run. All of us are watching our individual movies on our individual screens.
Sir, so here we're basically talking at individual level, right? We're not talking about our cosmic environment. We're not talking about the space. We're not talking about all that, right? हम उनकी बातें नहीं कर रहे हैं. We are talking about just our world, our universe.
That's right. That does not mean there is no universal chitta, there is no universal buddhi, there is no universal ahankara. That does not mean that. You see, somebody is doing the integration for you. That is why you and I see the same moon. You and I see the same sun.
So that's what I want to know, sir. Who's doing it?
I'm telling you, artificial intelligence.
Somebody must have created this artificial intelligence. Somebody has to create it, right? Today, we are doing coding. बच्चे करते हैं, जो भी करते हैं, even the coder is doing, right? Facebook. कोई तो create किया. अब Zuckerberg ने create किया है उसको. So he is the guy who's done it.
What about artificial intelligence?
He's created it.
And then what?
That's running on the software.
How is it creating intelligence?
Because that's the code which is specified there.
That's right. So that is what this creation is.
This. You detect this. अगर ये नहीं तो ये एक but loop का loop है sir उधर.
That is what this creation is. It is running its own program. This creation is three things: the programmer, the program, and the program.
That's what I'm asking, sir. Who's the programmer?
This creation itself.
So it's come to manifest on its own. You mean to say it's come out of thin air from somewhere?
Okay, you can say that. So what happens is it comes out from nowhere, becomes something, and
nothingness.
Then it falls
it's come
back.
From nothingness, sir. It's come from nothingness.
Okay. and from that nothingness, infiniteness comes in, and then it rolls back inside into nothingness. That is the first cosmic cycle. Then the second cosmic cycle starts. It again comes out, becomes infinite. Again, it goes back into nothingness. Again, it comes out. Again, it goes back. Now, don't ask me for how many eons or what period of time it has been going on and off.
So nobody can have an answer to that. So
There is
what
no
is,
answer to it.
yeah, there's no answer to it.
Yeah.
So, sir, now what is the purpose of this life?
This purpose of
Right?
life is, now that you are here, you can do only two things: either enjoy, become a bhogi, or go after enlightenment and become a yogi. And that will
Sir,
only
if I want to
happen.
become like Krishna,
You can.
right?
Yeah, you can. Why not?
Right,
Yeah.
where I have the bhog, right? But at the same time, I am a yogi.
Yes, why not? Write that program. Write the code.
सर कोडिंग सीखना पड़ेगा ना उसके लिए कोडिंग
सिखा देते
आता
हैं
नहीं
उसके लिए अलग क्लास है. आजकल टीवी पे बहुत ऐड आता है किसी एक कोडिंग कंपनी का बच्चों के लिए,
वाइट
तुम भी,
हैट जूनियर
या तुम भी ज्वाइन कर लो. वो लोग, आई वांट टू रन अ कोड फॉर बिकमिंग अ कृष्णा. या तो
So
वो
वो
जो मेरी पतंजलि योग सूत्र वाली क्लासेस है वो ज्वाइन कर लो. उसमें पूरा राज खोलेंगे जितना मेरे को मालूम है. ओके, आई एम आल्सो a sadhak, a learner trying to pick up. I also listen to a lot of swamis. Some people have tremendous insights, unbelievable wisdom. We are in unprecedented times, I would think. Some of the swamis are so wise, so insightful. It is almost, I don't know how to put it. It is a blessing to be able to listen to their videos, see them. It's a blessing.
sir people like Gaur Gopan Das, I think he also speaks well, quite practical.
Yeah, India is a country of spiritual people, but what we are exporting is mostly physical yoga.
Yes.
And India is a country of rich heritage, but
Sir, वो तो हमने we've
but
started to give it up, right?
but today we are a poor country.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Yeah,
we
today
don't know how to we don't know how to क्या बोले उसको uh,
I will answer you.
हाँ
We do not know how to put our minds on and off. As simple as that. The day we learn how to put our mind on and off as per my wish and not as per the wish of somebody else outside me, this country will shoot up.
Sir, basically today I have an answer. I have to learn from here how to put the mind off and mind on.
Beautiful.
I think that
Yeah.
is the goal.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. There are various techniques for doing that. And let me tell you, this will be your biggest achievement in life. If you can put your mind on and off, it'll be the biggest achievement. And it can be an achievement which can be achieved in 5 minutes also. If you are able to get it. There can be a breakthrough any moment also.
Sir, कैसे करते हैं? Mind on and off.
कल करेंगे उसको. We will do it tomorrow. Okay? कि कैसे करते हैं इसको on और कैसे करते हैं इसको off. How to detach, how to unlock, how to remove. Yeah. And if need be, how to bring it back. Okay.
So one basic thing that I think in my mind is, right, कि मुझे पता है मेरे सामने समोसा पड़ा है. Suppose I'm a big lover of samosa, right? मेरे सामने पड़ा है समोसा, and I know in my condition I should not be eating it. Right? I should simply, I mean, in my mind, I should be okay with that samosa lying there. Right? It should not make a difference to me. कोई खा रहा है, कोई ना खा रहा हो, right? मुझे पता है मुझे नहीं खाना है. Right? And I think my emotion should not be all over the place. कि यार मैं नहीं खा पा रही हूँ, अरे come on, how come you guys are eating? Right? I think that simple detachment, it's okay, it's not good for me, it's not good for me. I'm not eating it, does not make a difference.
What went out of the way here? What went out of the way between you and the samosa?
The desire to eat it.
Where does the desire come from?
From my previous experiences of eating that samosa.
Where are those previous experiences stored?
In my mind.
So what went away?
The mind.
Beautiful. You got it?
हाँ, basically I've controlled my mind, right? कि भैया ये नहीं खाना है. This is not me. This is not for me. Right? So you better keep quiet, right?
Controlling the mind is one way of switching off the mind.
So it's like controlling a tape recorder. It's like controlling charging your mobile, right? You switch off the switch. तो वो control वो charge ही कैसे होएगा mobile? Something like that. I'm just trying to create connections. Yeah. Matlab, this is what I feel, sir. Matlab, this is how I can keep myself away from things, right?
Where do you feel? In what part of your body do you feel?
Which part of my body do I feel in what sense?
You said, Naki, I feel this. So where does this feeling reside in you?
In my mind? Mind only,
Yeah.
or in my...
Yeah, so it is the mind which keeps on trapping you again and again. You see, if there is a samosa in front of you and you are there and you are not telling yourself any story about the samosa, you are merely a witness to the samosa. You are merely an observer to the samosa. You are merely an drashta to the samosa. The samosa is not working on your mind. The samosa is not creating a reaction in you. The samosa is not creating a response in you. The samosa is not generating any emotion in you. The samosa is not generating any story which you're telling yourself after seeing the samosa. You are seeing the samosa, but not seeing the samosa from your mind. You're seeing the samosa from your eyes, and it is going to your Atma, to your Purusha, to your Drashta, to your seer, to your observer, without the mind coming in between. Then the mind has gone.
Yes, sir. So this has
And
happened with me, right? In the last 6 months, right? So while I was going for my undergoing my treatment, right, I was also following a dietitian where he gave me a diet plan to follow, right? उन्होंने उसमें से he stopped me on wheat, sugar. I am a big sugar lover. Samosas मेरे लिए important नहीं है. I don't like samosa so much, but I am a sweet lover. I like to eat chocolates. I like to eat sweets, right? उन्होंने मुझे मेरी चीनी बंद कर दी, wheat बंद कर दिया, dairy बंद कर दिया. ठीक है? So from the day that he told me that you need to stop it, you can't eat it, right? Sir, from next day, I was off it. ठीक है? तो मेरे सामने कोई खाता भी था, मीठा भी खाता था, तो I should not have the urge कि मुझे खाना है, right? Because maybe I told myself कि नहीं खाना है, this is not good for me. So yes, you're right. There wouldn't be any stories which would be coming to my mind. कि अरे इसका taste ऐसा था, इसका taste वैसा था. Nothing, absolutely. And I was very, very comfortable in myself कि it's okay, I can't eat it.
नहीं, but आपने अपने आप को एक कहानी बोली कि it is not good for me. That also is the mind at work.
Maybe, okay.
Yeah. You must be a silent witness. It is like like keeping a camera in front of that samosa. As the camera would have looked at the samosa, in the same manner, you should have the capability to look at the samosa without any thought corresponding to the existence of the samosa.
Correct.
The moment any thought comes, then the mind is at work. So this state, if you listen to me very carefully now, this state, when you are looking at that samosa as if your eyes are a camera, then your soul, your Atma is directly looking at the object. There is no mind in between. The Purusha is directly looking at matter. There is no interpretation. There is no story. There is no emotion. There is no reaction. There is no feeling. There is no desire. The mind is not existing. There is no thought. That is the highest state of samadhi a person can be in. It is called nirbij samadhi. There is no seed. In all other samadhis, there is a seed. When meditation starts, the first state of meditation, you are able to be physically aware. In the second state, the next higher state, you are aware about thoughts. The third higher stage, you are in bliss. The fourth higher stage, there is a sense of I-ness. But all of these four states have the mind in presence. The physical, the thought, the ananda, and the I-ness, they all originate from the mind. This is the beach samadhi, a samadhi which has a seed. The seed is the mind. And whatever is there in the mind, like a seed, sprouts up, becomes a plant, grows flowers, and then gives fruits. One seed will give you probably 100 seeds. So you are compounding the problem if that seed germinates. But if the mind goes, if you are able to switch off the mind when required, you enter that highest state of samadhi. And here there is no mind. Here there is no attachment. And here the Purusha is free from Prakriti, because mind is part of Prakriti and the mind has disappeared. And then if you are able to be in that state, then Prakriti becomes your servant. You acquire a power over Prakriti. Prakriti starts doing whatever you want it to do.
Sir, with what you're saying that Prakriti starts to do what you want the Prakriti to do, right? I feel it the other way, right? Because your inner conscious, your purush that's how you refer to it, right? Your purush is now in direct connection with the Prakriti without the involvement of the mind. So mind is the center which creates all the story, right? Mind is which creates the story and creates your desires and does all of that manifestation, right? So because you've removed all this from the way and your Purusha is is seeing the Prakriti directly, because you don't have the desires there, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Because you don't have the involvement of the desires there or the involvement of the emotions there, right? You remain in a state of bliss. मुझे मिला तो ठीक, मुझे मिला तो भी ठीक, नहीं मिला तो भी ठीक. Isn't it that, sir? Well, you remain in that state of bliss, right? You are unaffected with whatever is happening around you. Isn't it that ways?
Bliss is a state, but one of the lower states. If you remember, I said the starting stage of meditation, the meditator is aware about the physical presence, that is the body and the mind, of course. Second stage, as this meditation increases and goes higher and higher, deeper and deeper, as the concentration levels are increasing, then the awareness of the body disappears. It is no longer there. It is only subtle awareness, but that is the awareness of the thought forms, the thoughts. Then, as he meditates further, does more sadhana, he goes deeper, he reaches a state of bliss. He reaches a state of ananda. Okay? And then it goes further. Bliss is also in the mind. Okay? So it goes further. When he practices further, when he does the sadhana more, then he reaches a state of I-ness. Now he is not actually the Atma. He is not seeing his Atma. He is not become the Atma, but he is close to it. There is still a small element of the mind left over. So it is called I-ness. So these,
I-ness.
yeah, I for I, India,
Ego.
I, yeah,
Okay.
I-ness. So these four states are called asampragyata samadhi. Okay, and the seedless state is called asampragyata samadhi. In asampragyata samadhi, even the uh, sanskaras are burnt off. When the sanskaras get completely burnt off, then you are now absolutely free, because there is no trace of the mind 100 million lives back, 100 million lives in the future. It's gone. And mind is the cause of bondage.
Sir, that वही तो बोल रही हूँ ना.
एक
Mind is the
मिनट
cause. हाँ.
एक मिनट माइंड में क्या है, दो क्वालिटीज हैं जो कि बॉन्डेज का मेन कारण है. एक है अट्रैक्शन, रागा, और एक है रिपल्शन, द्वेष. हम इंद्रियों के कारण किसी न किसी चीज से अट्रैक्ट होते रहते हैं और उसके संस्कार बनते हैं, और क्योंकि किसी से अट्रैक्ट होते हैं तो किसी से रिपेल भी होने लगते हैं, तो उसके वो द्वेष के भी संस्कार बनते हैं. तो ये दोनों अट्रैक्शन और रिपल्शन अपने आप में बॉन्डेज का कारण बन जाता है, क्योंकि ये बीच का लेयर है बिटवीन द स्पिरिट एंड द मैटर. तो दोनों को पकड़ लेता है च्युइंगम की तरह. अब इस च्युइंगम से छुड़ाना ही जीवन का मकसद बन जाता है. मोक्ष क्या है? ये च्युइंगम को निकालना, ये च्युइंगम से मुक्ति पाना. अब वो च्युइंगम पिछला भी निकल जाए, आज का भी निकल जाए, आने वाला भी निकल जाए, वो हो जाए, तो you are independent, absolutely independent Purusha, absolutely independent soul, absolutely independent Atma. It is done. You are out of the cycle of death and rebirth. Because now there is nothing which can run. The movie is over. The end लिख के आ गया उसमें.
And it's so important to attain moksha, right, sir?
That's a choice you have to make, or that is what already programmed in your program.
No, matlab, and once you attain moksha, where do you go?
You go nowhere because you're everywhere.
There's no place called heaven that you go to.
Then heaven has to be somebody's mind. That is the mind at work again, you know.
No, that's what we've been told, right? Bachpan say. You go to heaven or you attain moksha, you go to God, you stay there with Him, and you're done.
You see, everything, all philosophies are application of the mind only.
Of
But
course.
the question is, which application of the mind can give phenomenal results? So, the bigger, the wider, the broader, the infinite that philosophy talks about, the more power you acquire, because that philosophy is also stored somewhere inside your mind. It is the mind at work. The mind has to be used to kill the mind.
Hmm.
The mind has to be befriended to kill the mind.
I agree, sir.
Yeah, good. So finally, both of us agree on one point.
Yes. Yes, I agree that the mind needs to be befriended to kill the mind. And I agree that once the mind is shut out, you reach that state of I-ness, right? Because it kills, I may not have the right words, but what I'm trying to say here is because it kills those desires of wanting that particular thing, right? So when you don't have that steep desire of wanting that thing, you don't end up taking steps which may be wrong.
I don't know. That is your mind at work.
नहीं होता तो वही है ना sir, right? Today, if in India especially, right, you want these people run for ministerial posts, right? They want to become a minister, whatever, right? ये उनका desire है एक, right? They use sham, dam, dhan, bed, all possible ways, right? They may even use illegal ways to gain votes or whatever, right? Gunpoint में भी votes लेते हैं, which is wrong. Right? So this is a desire in them which is driving them to take all these kind of steps. And once you take all these kind of steps, you are making your more of your sanskars, right? You're creating more of your reels, right? अब वही है कि आप वही चीज को if you remain indifferent, right? You're doing your job, you're doing the best of to your abilities, right? But you don't have that strong desire कि नहीं मुझे तो चाहिए, right? You have told yourself कि नहीं, I'm going to give in my best, right, to win this post, right? But I'm not going to achieve मतलब take any illegal routes. So is it that I don't create my sanskars? I am not creating my recording, but I'm doing my karma.
Yeah, you see, everybody is doing the karmic account. The sanskars are there. Their chittas are there. The chitta is there. And that recordings are playing out. And the beauty is, since everything is running on artificial intelligence, as I told you initially in the discussion, It is an artificially intelligent running universe. Not only that, it is creating, it is programming, it is the program, it is the programmed, it is going back to zero, it is coming out of zero, going to infinity, coming back to zero. We do not know how many times it is doing this. Is it doing it every instant? Is our life really like a film reel? Because there the frames are separate. And just because they are running at a speed of 24 frames per second, we see them in continuity. You know? So there is a debate on this also. Jainism says, Buddhism says, I think, not Jainism, Buddhism says, a sect of Buddhism, we live in moments. Existence exists in moments. It is not a continuous existence. So then the question is what it is all about. But the more you focus on this, more you expand your mind, more the mind keeps on thinking deeper and deeper, wider and wider, broader and broader, higher and higher. The more the mind's capacity to think, capacity to grow, capacity to act, it keeps on increasing because this is a mental exercise. Mental muscles are being built to a huge level, to the universal level. And then when you start executing your plans, creating your plans, manifesting your plans, they can manifest at huge levels because the mind is now accustomed to think big. So that ability, that skill, that capacity to think big starts impacting your day-to-day life now. The creation will start moving on its own now for you. You will find miracles happening in your life more often. You will find coincidences happening in your life more often. You know, there is a term called Brahman in philosophy, Indian philosophy. Bra means expansion, Man means mind. So Brahman is an expanded version of Atman, Atma. That means if I keep on expanding my mind, if that is the only job I do in my life, I will reach universal levels. I will go beyond the universe. Who is stopping me? Me and my mind.
Sir, abhi thodi der pehle we were talking about the mind, using the mind to kill the mind.
Yeah. Yes, you come with your question.
And now we are thinking, we are saying we expand the mind.
Yeah, because that is
Right.
what I said. Make the mind your slave, so it does what you want it to do. Don't become a slave of your mind.
Yes. So basically, it comes back to ground zero that you need to learn to switch on and switch off.
Yes, that is the basic skill you must have. The way you know how to read and write, the way you know how to switch on and switch off a bulb. Similarly, you must know how to switch on and switch off the mind.
ठीक है सर, ये सिखा दीजिए.
सिखा देते हैं next session, okay?
Okay.
Chalo. So we will do a fantastic exercise on this. I have seen it in one of the videos of Swami Nityananda. Beautiful. I tried it out. I've shared it with a few of my friends. It's a very powerful way of controlling the mind, controlling the fluctuations of the mind. Yeah. So can we close for today?
Sure, sir.
Yes, Deepa, can we close for today?
Yes, sir.
Chalo, thank you,
Deepa
both
ji,
of you.
I hope I am not, sir, I hope I'm not eating into her time. Matlab, she's not talking her. And I keep talking all the time.
No, मैम. ऐसा नहीं है मैम. अभी मेरे को एक्चुअली आपके क्वेश्चंस बहुत बड़े-बड़े हैं, तो आई एम इंटरेस्टेड टू लिसन इट. क्योंकि आपने अभी लाइफ का मतलब कि जिस चीज से सामना किया है, मे बी इस वजह से क्योंकि मेरे क्वेश्चंस इतने बड़े नहीं है, तो मैं भी सिर्फ उनको सुनती हूँ आपके क्वेश्चंस को.
मेरे क्वेश्चंस बड़े नहीं है मैडम.
नहीं, एक्चुअली मतलब कि उसके वर्ड्स बड़े बड़े ना, इसलिए मैं आप दोनों को अभी सिर्फ सुन रही हूँ. ऐसा नहीं है मैम, मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है. कोई नहीं, आपके क्वेश्चंस मुझे अच्छे लगे, मैं इसलिए सुन रही थी. अभी ऐसा कुछ लगा नहीं कि मेरे को इंटरप्ट करने की जरूरत है.
चलिए,
ओके मैम, पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ.
yeah, very much part of life, and life is never ending.
यस,
पता
उसके
नहीं
बाद भी
कितने.
आप उस लाइफ से लड़ रहे हो मैम, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है.
Yeah. Yes, Kriti. Chalo, so we take leave. Thank you so much. God bless both of you and everybody who's watching. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye.
थैंक यू,
Okay.
थैंक
Sir, tomorrow 11 o'clock, is it morning?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
bye. Take care.
Good night.
यू.